Hello, everyone. Episode 89 of Captive Conversations, and we have Natalie Dunning from Kitch. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I literally, you walked in and I saw you, and then you disappeared, and then you got locked into our sort of like door to door. I thought you were there, but then I had a little polite knock. So
Moment.
yeah, you got stuck. So, but thank you for coming. I'm really genuinely excited of your story actually, and of what you do, which is very cool. And your socials are also very cool as well. So
thank you.
Yeah, I really do like them. Just puts a smile on my face because you have a laugh with it. So and my local Italian has started doing a bit of TikTok, so you'll be very proud of them. And I just told him to make some fun of himself, and I'll send you afterwards. But one of his videos is now on 14 million views.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Also for discoverability, I bet loads of people have found it.
Well, it's just like it's in Elstree in Hertfordshire, in Elstree and Boreham Wood. It's a little restaurant. It's a nice restaurant, but I just said you got to make fun of yourself and have a laugh. And he's now making fun of himself, and he's gone completely down the hilarious route. So even anyway, so that was little things to help people. You know, you can start the bandwagon. It doesn't have to be. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for coming. We're going to start with questions from Chloe and Alex from Opportunity Code.
Yeah.
So the first question was, what is the one moment in the guest journey that most venues underestimate?
I think it's starting with data in mind. I think even if we're working with a brand that's been established or they've got new openings, they're not necessarily thinking about their data points from day one. So how can you sort of bring your customers on that journey? How can you capture that information? So making sure you've got really good infrastructure before opening. What does that look like? And then tying up all of that longevity of like data, because actually you probably have so many clients that get all of this information, and then you'll have some that do fantastic campaigns, but actually then sometimes it's not used again, or it's not used for like remarketing or like lookalike audiences on Meta. So I think that's a massive opportunity.
You're preaching to the choir. We have so many people that collect loads of data, and we try and just push them in the right direction. But there's so much more that can be done now as well. Like it's endless. So I agree. I think it's nice to see when people are doing it right. When you go somewhere, you get that welcome series. It's like literally everyone we speak to, and like, what's your welcome series like? What's the welcome journey? And they're like, what's the welcome series?
Yeah.
And I quite like it. I educate them and let them know. But I think more places that do that, I feel it puts a smile on my face. So it's not like a thanks, not like the generic, 7 rooms, thank you for coming thing. The proper, introduction to the business.
Yeah.
So I think, you're right. I think that's true. Okay. Question number 2. I love my spelling. My spelling was terrible when I wrote this. I'm just thinking what I wrote. Hospitality goes in cycles. Now it's Compsoc. What's going to come in the next cycle?
I do think sustainability is going to push through a little bit in terms of noise. I was at Planet Peach a couple of weeks ago and looking at the data, like some of the people had done a booking experience and mentioning the credentials of like sustainable hotel or not mentioning it, and the impact that had on people actually booking. I do think it's becoming more of a priority for customers. So I think having that at the forefront of the journey is going to be super key. I would also love to see more hospitality brands thinking of themselves as e-com brands. So
I totally agree.
How can we get them thinking and setting up like that from day one? So whether it's like social first, let's have a like completely unique TikTok strategy. Like let's try and build that.
Yeah, and then link it to Shopify, link it to produce, link it to product.
Yeah, let's have some TikTok merch.
Yeah, 100. I mean, seriously, can you imagine getting hospo on TikTok Shop?
Yeah.
Are there any brands on TikTok Shop?
There's a few, but I think
I think that would be insane. I think that's your next business venture. Like, get rid of Box Park and Shoreditch and turn them into little studios for all the hospitality brands. Yeah. I mean, that's all the other. I mean, I saw an article the other day of this guy walking through, and it literally is probably half the size of this room, a quarter the size of this room, with someone with branding on the back, and then they hire them out and it's TikTok Shop. And these guys are making a killing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well. But selling hospitality stuff, like whether it would be like your branded sauces and stuff like that.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. Because even if you've got something you can turn into a product, how can you productize and monetize? So like Tripper on there all the time. You've got Lola's cupcakes.
Yeah.
all of those sort of
I think
brands.
that's a
They're
I
all
think
selling.
it's a good strategy to start when you're starting. If you're thinking about in the journey of what you do
Yeah.
to productize everything.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
And you've seen Ottolenghi do it, so they've gone into the retail space. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see if they go into.
Well, it's a bit. I don't
that
know.
sort of
I don't know.
TikTok journey.
It depends if someone wants to spend £30 on a salad dressing. So
But you've got Mulberry, Burberry, like you've got super premium brands.
Yes, no, you're right.
So actually,
Yes.
it's not just.
No, you're right.
It's not just cheap.
Are they on TikTok Shop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
My youngest took my TikTok because hers got banned when she was, because she's a dancer. So, she might have been wearing like shorts, whatever, and stuff. So they banned it, and so she took my account, and my account is no longer a normal account. It's got dancers and so on. So I was like, get rid of that account.
It's not my algorithm.
It's not my algorithm. Yes, I don't want to see people doing leaps.
No.
And choreographers. It's wonderful. So I didn't realize you took it. So I now sort of don't have TikTok. I have the work TikTok.
Yeah.
But I don't have a TikTok. So I need to go back on it and retrain the algorithm. So then I can look at TikTok Shop.
And Italian restaurants. This is what you need.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I need to have more Italian restaurants. Anyway, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that could be the sustainability thing. Previously was massive.
Yeah.
Years and years ago. You'd be part of something. And then now, I mean, I was at Bubala earlier. Even their toilet roll has got like the recycled stuff on it. Like I went into, it was just insane. Everything there is all thought about. And it's nice touches. Yeah. You shouldn't have to think about it, but they've done really nice touches in everything, every part of it. So for that sustainability piece, I mean, it's a vegan restaurant as well, so
yeah,
you got to be different.
I need to go. I've heard great things.
God, it's insane. I was watching them have staff food. It's insane. But yeah, it's good. They're opening. I think they're going to be expanding, which is nice. Okay, standard questions.
Yes.
Best hospitality experience.
Oh, I always find this such a hard one because I think it depends where you are and what the moment is. So I think it could be.
I think it's about the memory piece like that one little thing in your mind, because we've had people in the past and they'd be like, can I give you a bad experience? But it was sort of good but bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because how it got rescued. So it could be anywhere as well. It doesn't have to be here.
I think my favourite memory is probably going to Crete a couple of years ago with my kids, my husband, and we found this little like beach restaurant. It only opened for like 3 hours, and you had the whatever menu they had that day. And I said to the kids, just go with it. And they went for it and tried everything.
Oh, amazing.
And it was just so lovely, and you properly felt like you were part of the like local experience, and everything was sort of produced that day from the goats up the mountain, and
oh wow,
the meat was killed that day. Like it was super lovely, like real experience. So I think for me, it comes down to like the provenance of the ingredients, why it's there, who's made it. Yeah. So I think it's having that connection to the food. Yeah, that's a big part of it for me.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice. I think well done for your kids to take going for it.
Yeah.
When my kids were younger, they. What's that?
What is goat?
They came back vegetarian, basically.
No, they loved it. They loved it.
That's insane.
They were like, it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, that's good. And when my kids were younger, they like to experience them. Now they're like, can we not have this again, please? Very polite.
Please do try it.
Yes, they do. They definitely try it. Best hospitality tech.
Best hospitality tech. So I love Guestwise at the moment.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Carey quite a bit about their sort of like remarketing journey and how they're sort of taking customers from the website and bringing them into like different journeys. So I think that's quite an interesting one. Also, Susan at Me and You. So I think what they're doing is great in terms of like ordering, splitting the bill. We are still friends.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Are you guys still okay? I'm like, yeah, we're still really good friends.
Yeah. You've got a big history. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're both very nice. You're both very nice people as well. So, which is nice. And you both have nice things to say about each other, which is also very nice.
Yes.
So good. I think Me and You are doing great things. I think they needed her. They needed someone to steer the ship. Yeah. And she's a good chatter as well.
Exactly.
I've had her on obviously as well. So I think she's definitely will help that business.
Yeah, I think they're two sort of players that are going to make big changes this year.
I introduced someone to Guestwise last week, and the owner of the group that I spoke to, he's like, I love it. It's like, Kerry's like, it's so quick of what could be done. And we've just built something that I sent to him we built something on the weekend that I've sent to him, and he's like, I'm like, oh, imagine what we could do like with the live data that you've got. So he's like, I was thinking about that too. So yeah, I like I speak quickly. Obviously I'm speaking a bit slower now, but we had him on when we had Kerry on. Kerry speaks fast and I speak fast. So I had to slow myself down when he came on, but when we speak, it's just like if you saw us standing speaking, you'd be like, "Are they speaking a foreign language?" Because
it's just tech.
It's like
tech.
No, but
we could build this.
Yes, but not just tech. It's just he speaks fast, and my brain can catch up. So it's like, when you watch on social and you see the words go, and it goes, if you're reading this now, your brain can understand something like 4,000 words a minute. I'm still going, and my brain is still reading it all because you're picking up specific words. So Carey's a bit like that. But yeah, his product is insane. Have you seen the new stuff there with the tone of voice?
Yeah.
So he's got tone of voice. Not we're advertising him, obviously, but he's got tone of voice on different channels. I said to him, how does it work on the different channels? Because surely the way you speak to someone on TikTok is very different to Instagram. And he's like, there's tones of voice on each channel.
Yeah. So we were talking about this a while ago, and he was like, I hadn't even thought about that. So we kind of discussed what the tone is.
Did you get shares?
I didn't get shares. But Kerry, if you'd like to, I'm available for shares.
Both of us. Yeah, we have.
We're plugging him.
Yeah. So, but I think it's great. I think it's
It will be a game changer.
I think it will. I think one of the biggest challenges we find when we speak to people, and when Chloe and Alex were here as well, is booking a venue. And I had loads of people on from sales and marketing piece at different areas, and they're all saying, just respond to the person with the information, give them the information, or do an auto reply or something. Just respond to the customer.
Yeah.
Give them something rather than nothing.
Yeah. Well, the loss of not engaging with the audience is huge.
It's insane. I think one big lesson is have that auto reply on. Even if you don't have the automation, have the automatic reply from any booking or event email in to directly bring to the right place. So
yeah,
I think,
sadly on social, I don't think it's there yet, but I'm hoping it's getting better.
You could do like if someone asks about X to auto reply to. Well, that's where you're probably talking about Kerry, aren't you?
Yes.
So finding the right message, because you don't want to respond to someone 15-year-old who's asking a question about pizza. Yes, we can give you a corporate event. But yeah, I think that would be quite cool actually, to be able to filter out and then respond with the right information.
Yeah. And adding personalization.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Rather than there's a couple of platforms out there where you message and it's just like that generic. Yes, we do this. Here are our pizzas. Link to menu.
Yeah.
Rather than giving me I want to.
Sorry, I asked a different question.
Yes, yeah. I didn't ask about pizzas. I was like, what vegan stuff do you do? Here's our vegan menu. Link to menu, and it's like that insert of like the fakey, the automated WhatsAppy thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like that on it. I want natural language. I want someone to have banter with me.
Yeah.
Or the voice AI stuff when it's like, I'm sorry, no one's available. Like, and it'll be like, have you got a table for today? And they'll be like, no.
I tell you who does that really well, the Ivy. I don't know who does it. I phoned up because I was booking a table a while ago and went online and I was like, oh, they haven't got the time I want, which was, I think it was like 5:30 because I love an early dinner. And then I was like, oh, phone up and test it, see if I can get hold of someone. So it was AI led and they had different tables available at different times. So I could say what time I actually wanted. And then they said, oh, yes, we have got that available. Would you like a drink at the bar before? Like, it's super unique. Okay. Like, it's really good. Would you like to book this menu? We've got
their office is just here. So I might walk out to their office and knock on the door and ask them what they use. So,
but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I don't know what they have plugged in. It's interesting. I want to find out. I'll find out for you.
Yeah.
So I know that Big Table Group use Polly.
Okay.
And that's plugged into Zono and stuff. So I know they use that.
Yeah.
But and we've spoken to Distill before, who also pretty cool. There are some really cool ones out there.
Yeah.
But it's just got to work. You don't want the one with fake background music noise, and you don't want one where you call and it's like that
super pause.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hate it when you call at the bank or something like that, and then they're like. So and I just get frustrated. So technology is changing now to understand the inflections in people's voices and stuff. So. Yeah, that's it. I will try that out. Actually, I'm really interested.
Try and phone up.
Yeah. I will. Would you like the idea? Okay, we're going to go back in time.
All the way back.
All the way back. From the very beginning, before Kitch.
Before
yeah.
Seems like a long time ago. It's 14 years ago.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
That is a long time. I mean, it must have been very different 14 years
So
ago.
different. I mean, I was brought up in hospitality.
Yeah.
So my parents had 17 restaurants.
I have it in my notes.
There you go. After your stalking of me.
Yes. My ChatGPT researcher went very deep, like 265 links or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I will send it to you afterwards. But tell me, like, so what was it like growing up with a restaurant family?
It was brilliant. Yeah, we used to have staff dinners and go in sort of 3-4 times a week, have dinner with my dad because he'd be working. So my mum would take me and my brother in. So we were kind of part of the team, really. I think I said to my dad once when I was about 7, that waiter's just standing there. Couldn't he polish some cutlery? And he was like, "You're 7? That's not okay." And then
you've been listening, haven't you?
He was like, "Don't say it to him." So then I'd go around with my notebook of like,
you wouldn't polish yourself and say, "I've done it."
I probably would have.
Yeah.
I was glass washing in the bar at 10. Which is like you couldn't do that now, could you?
No.
So,
Health and safety.
Yeah. So it was either that or leave us at home on their own. So we were kind of working in the restaurants from a really young age.
That's awesome.
It was super cool. Yeah. I mean, we didn't get paid, but
you got free food. It's all good.
We got paid in food.
Yeah.
An experience.
Yeah.
Which there was a lot of at a really young age.
That's
sort of
insane.
seeing all these people coming in. And looking back, I didn't really think about the operational side of it, but now I look back, they probably had about 9 different concepts with 17 sites.
Yeah.
So they had about 450 staff, which is
insane.
actually quite a big
especially with different concepts.
Company. Yeah. So to sort of market it, like if we had a new restaurant, I'd go in, we'd do flyers, we'd be out in the town, like bringing people in. So I think that's sort of grounded me for setting up Kitch. I was working.
So did you work for the restaurant?
No. So I've never worked for my parents. I've never had like a client recommendation, nothing. Like
siloed.
Kind of done it all separate.
Yeah. But so you were helping out family business.
Yeah.
And then did you work in a restaurant at all?
Yeah, I worked for Pizza Express for about 4 years when I was at uni.
Yeah.
Worked in a hotel group doing breakfasts as well.
Yeah.
So I've done everything. I've worked at Gravetime Manor, so I've done like Michelin.
Nice.
Everything.
White glove or no white glove?
Yeah, with cheese trolley, all of that. Yeah. I can't remember.
So what did you start? So what was the role at those sort of places? What were you doing?
Just waitressing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I started in a golf course when I was about 13.
Really?
So yeah, the halfway house. So I've done everything.
It's really interesting. When I keep saying it, I say this every single time when we have a conversation. Working in hospitality adjusts how you understand and communicate with people.
Yeah.
And I think you can really see it when you meet people, whether they can just walk up and talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Or whether they'll sort of stand uncomfortably, like the British way, like don't want to be quiet, stand and just maybe I might know someone. And it's really interesting how it adjusts your. I think it's maybe how you're emotionally.
Yeah, or you're confident to sort of speak to people because you come across everyone.
Yeah. Difficult people, quiet people, loud people. You have to deal with all of it in hospitality.
Yeah, and all my team have worked in hospitality at some point, so they all understand that client side. So that's really.
I mean, they understand the now.
Yeah, and also, that might not work because operationally, how are they going to set that up?
Yeah.
So I think also having that understanding.
That's really important.
So then I did an English degree.
Huh?
And then I went to work. I worked on the Grocer magazine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I went into that, the publishing for about a year. And then I went to the National Skills Academy for Hospitality. So I was there for a couple of years. So it was set up to upskill the hospitality industry prior to the Olympics coming. So it was like a government initiative.
Awesome.
So we did loads of training. We brought over the Disney Institute.
Oh, wow.
Did training with like Yo Sushi, McDonald's in Park Lane. Had like 1,000 people a day from hospitality.
Wow.
So it was a huge thing. And then it basically got to the point where we ran out of funding. And then one of my...
I wish that would be here now.
I know. It was so cool. So I was doing the marketing, social events, everything. And then my people director at the time went to Latasca and he was like, you should come with me. We're like doing a rebrand. It's going to be super exciting. So it was in the sort of heyday when it was sort of a go-to brand.
Yes.
Not so much now because it's not around, obviously. But that was really good fun and did a couple of years there. And then I got to the point where I thought, I can't work in digital. I'm having to drive to Oxford 3 times a week from Chichester.
Yeah.
I can't really do my job. So I said, right, I'm gonna do something else. And he was like, what are you gonna do? And I said, I don't know. And then he said, why don't you set up your own business? You've always wanted to. And I was like,
So this is
okay,
your
my people director.
I love this. I love this.
So then I go home and tell my dad, and he was like, are you mad? You've literally just got a mortgage, bought a flat on your own. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll go back and work in Pizza Express if I have to. We'll do this.
Yeah.
I'll do it on the
You're
side.
a grafter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of just crack on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it all started. So I had a 1-bedroom flat. I had my little desk, Latasca, my first client.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then
so the director was like, don't worry, we'll get you someone.
We'll get you someone. And then...
so what was the role in the Latasca? What did you do at Latasca?
I was head of digital.
Okay.
Yeah. So doing all the social, loyalty. Social.
Okay, so talk to me. How what was the journey like at Latasca when you started?
For social,
yeah, for anything like when you started the brand,
yeah.
Because it's interesting to understand the route you took. So even before the Olympic stuff, where did the route go? You worked at a magazine. You worked at the
Grocer, yeah.
So what were you doing in that for there?
So it was in the publishing side. So it was like editorial assistant.
Nice. And then after that, because I'm interested to find out where the social where it came from.
It really came from the National Skills Academy. The team, my sort of CEO at the time, was really invested into like social. Like Twitter was massive. Yeah. We've got to be all over it. And actually, we did really cool campaigns. We'd go over the country doing a road show. And all of this like cool activation with different sort of training brands. So that was kind of my way into it. Yeah. And then I thought, I'd quite like to do this for a brand. So then
was that when because Instagram was
that was sort of not out at that point. Yeah. I think when I was at Latasca, and then kind of
because Instagram was we're showing my age now, but Instagram was text, no images to start with, right?
Yeah.
And then images just changed everything.
Yeah.
So when you started at Latasca, was it already in?
It was image already. Yeah. Yeah. So we were kind of already at that stage. Yeah. But more sales led, I would say. Whereas now it's very much about the storytelling.
Of course.
Where are we taking you with the brand journey and the hooks and how's that going to perform on TikTok versus Instagram? Whereas then it was a bit more, you could be a bit more formulaic, but like community management was always something that we did. So that was always day one, go back to your customers, connect with them. Because I always said, if you're going to engage with people, you need to talk to them as if they were in your restaurant. And I think that's where some people don't do that. And you can actually lose a lot of business from not engaging with people.
It's like your Google reviews, isn't it? When you just leave the Google reviews on the side.
And you're like, no, I've got a 1 star.
Yeah. Everyone's not responding anymore. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. You know, so it's interesting. So, and then so before TikTok, Musically,
pre-TikTok.
Well, there was Musically, right? So which is the before, was that even a thought or process?
No. That
Musically was purely just like Musically. Really. It was just dance as such, right?
Yeah, it was Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter, which is now X, and Instagram. Yeah. And that was it, really.
Was Facebook pretty?
Facebook was kind of a core channel. Yeah. That was kind of.
It's still pretty big. I didn't realize how big it was. My kid's a hairdresser. When she wants to find a model, she just scour like different groups.
It's great for community. Yeah. And I think so many people have just moved to paid and they're not posting organically. Like, you need to do that because some brands have got 100,000 followers and they don't share anything.
No, it's so interesting. People, I haven't been on Facebook for ages. Just haven't. But all my friends are still using it.
Yeah, I use it. Yeah. Like for local things going on where I live in like the village. I want to know what's going on in the village. I want to be part of the action.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. 100%.
It's community. It's bringing people back together. I think X has gone too negative. Facebook's a bit more community-led.
I mean, we can talk about that another time. But I mean, I feel sorry for what was Twitter. Because it's just no guide rails. It's all gone a bit fun. It's all gone a bit whatever you want there. But I don't know any brands, hospitality brands I know that will even use it. No, that it will be there. And most just won't even. I haven't seen it. To be fair, I don't check it that much. Yeah. Instagram's sort of the one that everyone's sort of like utilising. But so going back. So we're going. So you started. So Twitter's massive. Facebook's obviously pretty big. Yeah. And was that when you were at Latasca, was it more of a focus on what was the thought process of community management? Because that's not just something that you would just go, okay, we need to deal with the community.
I think we'd started that already from like day one. So it's very much like if we're posting on Twitter, we need to be engaging on there. We can't just post out content. Yeah. So you've got to build a rapport and a community. So that's kind of I think everything I do comes from community.
Yeah.
So it's always been a part of it. So I was like, right, we need Hootsuite. I need to be seeing.
Hootsuite.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, that was our like first platform that we went to. I remember them sending me a t-shirt because they were like, you're one of our
First
founding members. And I was like, yay. But I was like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were kind of one of the first early adopters of sort of Hootsuite back in the day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just me doing the socials. So I would sort of manage all of the conversations every day.
Throughout and
weekend, night, weekends, everything. Complaints, if there's an issue, you'd get it offline.
Yeah. So did you manage the Facebook and Twitter for the brand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then all of the
and then strategy. Or
social strategy.
Did you work alongside the marketing team with giving them guidelines of how
that will work on social? So they come up with the main campaign. This is kind of how we work now, and then
it's building the foundations.
We could do this on social.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it works.
This is how you can tweak it, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just post everything nowadays. Well, probably back in the day, everyone probably did it too. With just same. Yeah. You got to have a different feel, I guess, for different socials.
And we were even doing all the CRM. So I was managing all the CRM.
So you're doing CRM as well?
Yeah. Wow. So I did all the CRM, and then we moved into loyalty campaign because we were saying we've got all these amazing customers. Yeah. We don't know what they're eating. We don't know what they're coming for.
What did you do for loyalty back then?
So we built a Latasca card. I mean, you're not going to have a card now, but this was...
Some people still have cards.
A while ago. This is like 17 years ago, probably. So yeah, we had the Latasca card. It had a heart with the logo. It was quite cool actually. But we did all the ePOS integration. We could tell if customers were coming for certain things. So were they coming for Tatas Brava? So they're coming on. They used to do the Fiesta night. So it's like the last Thursday of the month, which was the payday week or whatever. So then are they just coming for that? So actually we were already at that stage
pretty advanced,
understanding why people were coming for us, and then we would reward based on that. So we had like a reward system. So they wouldn't necessarily know what they were going to get, but it would be like an automated tier structure where they would then...
A surprise and delight thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty advanced.
Yeah, so this was quite a while ago.
Yeah, this is.
Should have kept that card.
You should have kept the card. That's really interesting because people still struggle now with getting the platforms in place.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was in the moment going, I don't really know how to integrate them. So I got like this tech guy. I was like, so does this integrate with the earpods?
What does integration mean?
Where is this where's that data going? And then I was like,
how
okay,
many locations
cool.
did they have?
They had 65.
Well, then, I mean, a 65 location isn't an issue with someone says, I want to plug in.
Yeah.
Even nowadays. So, yeah. But I mean, back then...
But also testing. I was like, I've got no one to go to ask. So I was like, it's kind of on me. So
did you lead the project to get that integrated?
Everything. The whole thing, yeah. I mean, I was like 25, I think, when I was doing that. So yeah, it's cool.
You need to put this stuff in your bio.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
May have found it somewhere.
I'll send it to you. I need to look further into it. This is really interesting because back then it was stamp card.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much of an integration. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty. Sorry, I'm going technical. What was the pause? What did they have back then? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Oh, I'm interested.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Okay, that's amazing. So you not only were you doing the community management and the CRM, you were also then building into loyalty. This is insane.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Getting your teeth into projects.
Yeah.
Did you find that when you got to once loyalty was done, and then you got to a point, was that the point of like, right now I need to?
Yeah, it probably broke me.
Can't talk tech anymore, please.
I'm done. No, I think it was just they were going in a different direction, and actually I wanted to do more social.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a natural journey, really.
So they became your first client.
Yeah.
And the people director was like, "You should go on your own.
Yeah.
Don't listen to your dad.
Yeah.
You'll be all right."
That's fine. And we catch up every year. He's like, "How's it going?" Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Okay, so. What was the first iteration of it? Was it always Kitch?
It was Kitch Media.
Kitch Media. So it was always Kitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come? Where did that come from?
So I was sitting around the kitchen table with my mum and dad one night, going through names, and then we were like, "Oh, what can it be?" Like, it was just so many, and then I was like, "Is the website available? No. Is this available? No." And I was like, "I kind of want something that doesn't really mean anything."
Yeah.
And then I was like, you're in the kitchen, Kitch. And I was like, oh, Kitch. No. That doesn't really mean anything.
Wow.
And then I was Googling, and there's a different spelling. And then I was like, oh, there is nothing with this, and I kind of wanted like 5 letters
Yeah.
to go with media because it was the media days.
Of course.
So we've ditched that bit now, but yeah, that's kind of how we came up with
awesome.
it. Yeah.
You need to. Okay, so for a colleague of mine, his name's Scott. He owns Auden Hospitality. Auden, and I keep saying this at every podcast. Auden means your oldest friend, and he now has it on the website and everything else. But the story wasn't really there, and you need to. So he now, you'd love this. I'll send you the website. He got a guy in to help him out with like storytelling and everything else. And at the bottom of his website, which I think is so I don't know if you'd love it. He's done the top drawer style interviews with every staff member.
Oh, cool!
And then asking questions.
That's fun.
And and also like asking about that, and then now telling the story about the brand.
Cool.
And then you should have a little timeline history.
Yeah.
In your kitchen, and then like across
in my flat.
In your flat, right? In the
first office.
But the timeline, because you've got all these tech companies of like started here and then we did this and did that.
Like that.
Yeah.
A little journey.
Like that. 100%.
Get Chloe on that when I get back. I love you.
Yes, Adam, please stop talking.
Is this a new marketing campaign? Yes.
That's really interesting. Okay, so the Tasca were your first customer.
Yes.
So no longer needed to do the travelling every day.
No, which was great.
Then,
I could just do the social.
Yeah, and then you were just managing social for them.
Yeah.
And then expanded out into obviously Instagram.
Yeah, and then worked with Mystery Dining, who are now Hospitality Gem.
Yeah.
But I'd worked with them at quite a few different brands, so I already had a relationship there. So I was doing some probably sort of like early days consulting really at that stage in terms of like social and what that would look like for their customers.
Okay. What was that like?
Great.
What were you doing for them?
So I would go in and sort of support with what that data could look like and then how that would translate to the customer.
Yeah.
And then how they could use it in their marketing as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
consulting early doors as well.
Yeah, which I hadn't really thought about.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I would go along.
This is tick.
Yeah. So I would do some of their socials as well. But I knew Steve and Sally really well. So it was kind of a...
So obviously you've been doing that for a little while. Did you have a little book of people that you were hitting up?
I went to everyone that I knew.
Yeah.
And just said, I'm doing this. So then I was working with the caterer. We did quite a bit with the caterer early days.
Yeah.
And then got Smiths of Smithfield probably year 2. So that was kind of like the first big restaurant that we got.
And then so when was it just after just you?
So I think it was just me for about 14 months.
Yeah.
And then I had someone in sort of 2 days a week.
Did you
I moved into an office.
Did you realise you needed a bit of like, get that point of like, I need to sleep 1 hour a day at least?
Yeah. To be honest, I was always quite good at switching off.
Okay.
But I think I would go to the gym or like go and see some friends for dinner and then I might log back on in the evening and then be doing a little bit of work. But yeah, I think I got to the point where I thought I could do more actually. Maybe I'll hire someone and sort of do it on a freelance basis. So there was less commitment.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a gradual thing. It felt quite organic.
And then so back then more media stuff as well or not?
Not
was
so
it always
much.
social?
Yeah, mainly social. Yeah.
And then, I mean, an interesting question for you really as well is like, you've seen everything change in the last, you just 14 years?
14 years,
wow,
yeah.
That's insane.
Showing my age.
Well, I've been there too. So, what's it been like seeing the whole social, the journey change?
I think TikTok's been the biggest change where I thought, okay, we need to move now. Like we need to be thinking about how we're going to adapt for clients. So we've got some younger team. So our youngest employee is 19.
Love that.
So we're going super Gen Z. We want everyone thinking in a different way. I might think this, but actually that doesn't translate to that audience. So I need younger people in the team that have got these exciting, fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool. And I think also...
So when TikTok started, because obviously the Musical.ly thing converting into TikTok, pandemic made it go absolutely insane. Was there a point where you were like, what was the point when you got to the point when you were like, right, this is going to happen? Were you early doors into it or did you see the trend started to happen already?
I think we were starting to see the trends and then we were kind of sitting back to see what the brands we were working with were doing. So we've got some in the luxury space and they were like, oh no, it's too young. I think it's taken a little bit longer for like hospitality to get on board because everyone's been like, oh, it's for teenagers. They're just doing dancing.
As well, isn't it? I think that's
what are we going to do? How do we show up? So I think we took a beat, watched what people were doing and then thought, okay, this is how we can show up for this brand. And
Yeah.
then we kind of made that recommendation
Yeah.
for each of them. But also the brands have got to want to be on there. Whereas now I'll
Have to be on there.
I'll get people saying, can you just do TikTok?
Oh, really?
We'll do the meta.
Yeah.
We want someone to manage TikTok.
That's so interesting.
So actually people feel comfortable managing that, but they don't want to do the TikTok.
Yeah.
Especially if you're integrating like TikTok Shop, TikTok Live. What does that look like? It's a totally different beast.
My Italian restaurant. He's now gone live, and he's just so funny.
I think I need to go there.
I went to get a takeaway the other day, and my wife's like allium allergies, so it's like gluten and also gluten, so it's garlic, onions, and so on.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I walked in, and he had the clip on his camera, on his cap, and he was like, "Oh, it's Adam and the wife. They can't eat anything," like that. He's screaming it out, and I'm like, "Thank you so much."
And just like my order.
This is coming, Adam. It's coming. Be patient. You called me at 8:00 on a Saturday. It's coming. I promise. So it was great, but he's seen an increase in bookings already.
Great.
So which is insane. So but he's making just hilarious. I think he's doing more and more now, which is really good.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't see the benefit of it, and even my 18-year-old was like, "Oh, he's hilarious."
Yeah.
So
and he's appealing to a younger audience. Right. They're like, "Oh, should we go there and see him?"
Right. And it's just a little, a little thing on the high street. So I think it's always very interesting when you talk about TikTok and who people are terrified of starting.
Yeah.
And we do some content. We do some like content with the guys in the US, and there's like a weekly live, and they were like, you just got to just get over the cringe factor, which is the problem here.
Yeah.
We're very British, just can't speak in front of the camera. It took me ages to even start doing this stuff. And it was them in the US who were pushing me to do this. Adam, you like talking anyway, it's fine. It'll be easy for you. Go for it. But it's that worry of making fun of yourself.
Also, you don't have to do that.
No.
It depends on your brand.
Correct.
Like you can have a totally different strategy
yes.
to other people.
Yes.
It's how you show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you want to
and
be
your
known
story,
for.
right? Yeah. I love that. I just don't see that many sort of like pretty thingies like in what I see on the feeds. I guess I'm more story led.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting on which. I guess you're right. It all depends on which route you want to take.
Yeah. But for travel, it's super good. Like we're going away to Somerset over Easter, so I've already been on and seen.
Oh yeah, my kids' friends, or they are telling their parents where to go.
Yeah,
because they're like, we're thinking about going here. Have you seen the video?
You should go here.
Yeah, no, but even worse, they'll look at the video. They'll look at the reviews of like a month ago, and they'll be like, "No, on the website it's lovely. TripAdvisor looks good." No, look, and they literally shove TikTok in their face, and they're like, half the building isn't built yet. This, and everyone's telling you exactly what's going on, and it's social proof, which is really interesting. And you find stuff that you've never been to before. I think, what were they saying? It's like what percentage of search is now TikTok?
It's a high proportion, for like discoverability and then showing up in chat.
But it's not just Gen Z. It's
everyone.
It's everyone. A lot of people use it, so it's really interesting. So okay. I'm going to ask you one of the questions.
Okay.
Which is an interesting one actually, because this is the one where. You run community management 7 days a week.
We do.
And treat socials like an extension of the guest journey. How do you operationalize that without burning out your team or compromising tone and quality?
So we've got really good software.
Yeah.
So we've got social listening software. We use Brandwatch.
Yes.
Which is great. So we have like monitoring feed. So anything out of hours will feed into that.
Yeah.
Day to day, we do more in-depth community management. So it's a bit more outbound, whereas this is just anything that's coming in for our clients, everyone.
So that basically sits there, monitors everything, and then we'll flag it to someone to.
Yeah, so we do it manually. So like out of hours, we'll check every sort of 2-3 hours.
Oh wow!
Go in
until
check.
when?
Till 9 p.m.
Okay.
Till 9 p.m.
Okay.
So it's fine. We have a rota.
I love that.
Between 9 of us.
So 11 o'clock at night, someone's asking about a drink in a pub.
Yeah, I mean, if someone calls me at 11 p.m. and it's a director of a company, I know something's going down. Like, we've had it before, and they're like, "There's a fire, and this is happening." I'm like, "Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
I'll just jump on." So I mean, that's rare, but it does happen. So we do pick it up in those instances. Normally, it's me.
Yeah,
we've had it on Christmas Day before.
Really?
Yeah, where it's like some awful campaign going live and no one knew anything about it.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Okay, so 9 to 9.
9 to 9, managed across the team.
Yeah.
So it's always personalised. So if there's a complaint, we'll try and pick up a voice reply to them.
Okay, nice.
Also, for stories, if a customer's tagging you in a story and you don't check it for 24 hours, that gets lost.
Yes.
So actually, for brands, they need to have some kind of like monitoring service.
Yeah.
So we make sure we're sort of reposting, engaging, and going back to people. So it's totally manageable. It's just having.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But it's worth having.
Yeah.
I spoke to Ruth from BlackRock.
Yes.
So she came to our State of Social, and she was on the panel, and she said she worked out the cost of not managing their community over evenings and weekends was about £28,000 a year for not going back to people with inquiries or saying, could we have a table for this, or do you have a special menu? Anything like that. So I think it's also, what are we missing out on as in terms of like not managing that community?
Yeah, if someone's got back from work late and wants to send a message, they know it's all now.
Yeah.
So now I don't know why you're talking to Kerry.
Yeah. I'm like, how can we make this work?
Can we have a Kitch version, please?
I know. I was like, can we do an agency version?
Yeah, he should do an agency.
Mentioned it here. Yeah, maybe.
Agency. Yeah. Well, you sub-brand it out, right?
Yeah.
White label. I think that's the way forward, because you'll give it, or it will be your tone of voice with the Kitch plugin. Oh, it's a Kitch plugin.
Kitch plugin. Okay.
The app store. You have an app store.
Yeah.
You can just choose Kitch, and then your tone of voice and brand changes everything.
I'm here for it.
So
business number 2.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Become SaaS.
Yeah.
Right. That's the way forward. That's insane. So okay. So then you got your first employee. I'm going back now. First employee in temp, a couple days a week.
Yeah.
And what was the journey like that? Did it just, because obviously
kind of grew from there, and then we started working. Who did we work with after that? We started working with some drinks brands. Then I think year 3, I got the opportunity to work with Godiva chocolates.
Oh, wow.
So they were launching all their stores in the UK. They had the chocolate cafe in Harrods. I knew someone there, and he was like, you should come in and pitch for it. And I was like, we're never going to get this. Like, we're tiny. We're in Chichester. So I was like, right, we'll just go for it. And then this was kind of when Susan came on board. Yeah. So it was quite
So she smashed it, basically.
Well, yeah, I was running it, and then I got pregnant. Well, I wanted to get pregnant as well, but wasn't planning on sort of that quickly or hiring someone.
Yes.
And then she was coming back from London and reached out, because we met each other in hospitality years and years ago. And she said, have you got any jobs? And I was like, not at the moment, no. And then about 3 weeks later, I was like, so would you like a job?
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how it sort of started. So then we got...
so she was employee number...
She was employee number 2. So I'd had another person in between. And then, so she was number 2. And then we kind of grew from there, year on year.
Yeah. So has it been a nice sort of slow growth?
Yeah, it was kind of like 5, 6.
Amazing. What was it like going from like 3 to 5? Because once you get to like the 5, everything changes, like HR and
I think like process, software, like, how are we tracking that? Yeah. Who's doing the contracts? How do we onboard the client? It was kind of, because it wasn't just me doing it, it was then thinking, okay, how are we going to grow from that? But I think the biggest change for us was when Young's Pubs bought Smiths of Smithfield. And I remember them saying, we'd like to come and meet you. We're acquiring it. And we'd been with them for about 4 years by that point. And I thought, oh no, we're going to lose one of our biggest clients. Yeah. And then they said, actually, we need some help. And we sort of pitched to go in and do all of their content and everything. And then that was 8 years ago. Wow. So we're still with them today.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that shows strength, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I think they've sort of pushed us along the way as well to sort of...
Well, that's what happens when a bigger brand comes and goes, can you do this? You're not going to go, no, are you?
Yes, we can. Yeah. Let's learn and adapt.
And let's build with you.
Yeah.
So being with Youngs, do you think that's really pushed you to be able to, like, because we talk about like plugging stuff in and then best of class. Do you think they've managed to? They're the ones, because sometimes when you have that giant client, when they say something, you're like, yeah, I'll come back to you, and then an hour later, you're like, yeah, we can do this.
Yes, definitely. I think from a reporting perspective, that definitely made us level up in terms of like insights and what they needed for the board. So that was kind of next stage, because I was doing it at Smith's with sort of John Trode and the board there, but it was a very different conversation in terms of commerciality and what that means to the business. So I think Young's definitely pushed us.
That's really interesting. So did it make you formalize more things, get better reporting structure in place?
More process, more like cadence in terms of when we do things, having more team on.
What was I mean, there must have been some crazier things they've asked over the years. Like,
I don't think crazy. No, I think it's just, I hadn't thought of that, or I didn't know a client would need that. Maybe just in terms of.
So it's been able to add to your infrastructure of what you can do. That's
definitely
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, look at this one. This is I read them ages ago, but this was. Your case studies show dramatic growth figures like Goodwood, 10.3 million views.
Yeah.
Hello. And 51,000% engagement in 6 months. Sorry, I go high when I get excited. What were the 2 to 3 strategic choices that drove that in that step change? But 51,000%.
Yeah.
What?
It was insane. So they had this
work.
So they had meta channels. So it's for Goodworth. It's this huge dog event hosted by Goodwood.
Yeah.
They take over the whole lawns or the grounds at Goodwood Estate. They have thousands of people coming with their dogs for a whole weekend. So we were basically tasked with having a TikTok following. I think they had 100 followers at the time that we began. They hadn't really invested any strategy in it. So we thought, right, well, let's just go for it. Let's throw everything at it. So we were doing like comedic dog content. So how can we make it fun, build that dog community?
So this was before the event?
This was all before the event.
So, the lead
so
up,
we had about 6 months prior to the event. It's only a 2-day event.
Wow.
We were TikTok on always for 365 days a year for a 2-day event.
Wow.
So they like massively invested in it. Influencers sending out gifts to them, unboxing with little treats for their dogs' collars with like Goodworth on.
Yeah.
And then they could show their tickets, affiliate codes for their followers, and then sort of getting them to the event, staying in the Goodwood.
So what's the thought process behind that whole project? That's not just like, we want to go TikTok. That's like.
So we're kind of like, okay, what points do we need to grow that community on TikTok? Okay, we need good content going out. So what have we got from previous years? Because also we haven't got the event, so we have no content. So it's also going, right, what we've got from previous years, were there influencers that came? Can we repurpose things? Can we plug in some page to that? So looking at like page strategy. So for ticket sales, very much driving that on TikTok was a big part of it. And then brand collaboration. So which brands can we sort of
what brands did you
collab with? So they actually had Jellycat there last year.
Oh my
God, they did a dog hotel.
No.
Yeah. So you could go through it. So have you got a dog?
No, I don't. But I have a kid. 2 kids, in fact.
I mean, they would love it. Yeah. So you could go. So that I think
I was at Selfridges yesterday to get something from my kid's friend who's in Australia. She's like desperate. So we posted it yesterday.
Amazing.
So I mean, that's insane. So what did you do? How was that?
They had like a dog hotel. So then we would sort of capture content on the day, make sure that was going.
Did you have a team like all over the place?
So we had 3 people there every single day. The day before the event, we're doing lives with Kevin McLeod. So he was doing architecture. So there was all these.
I love this.
Little kennels made and designed. So like kids would make them, adults like interior designers. So there was a whole area for that. You can get tarot reading for your dog.
Oh, this is insane.
It's amazing. Like it's a super cool experiential event. So I think that played to the TikTok crowd because it was kind of
something different as well.
Yeah, and
it wasn't just a normal crafts.
And people love dogs.
Yeah.
So it's super fun. It's like crafts on steroids. Yes. And also like super fun for anyone, any age.
Yeah.
You can all go.
So every year?
Every year, yeah.
That's insane.
Every May for 2 days.
So where did you see the rise happen? Like there must have been a point where it just went crazy.
I think it was after we were posting consistently because we said you're not posting enough at the moment, so we really need to make sure that.
What was that conversation like when you spoke to them about that? Because that's is that
it was fine because they were paying us as an agency. They're kind of like, okay, well,
go do it.
We want you to go and do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think the consistency piece is the one that really makes a massive difference. I was talking to someone the other day that said to me, you can upload 3 videos on TikTok. Whichever video gets the best sort of like traction, upload it to Instagram. Because TikTok don't care how many videos you post. They don't care. You can post as many as you like. They don't really care. But Instagram do care how many you upload and remove or whatever it might be. I don't know about the algorithm.
Yeah, if you're removing on TikTok, they will.
Yeah, but then you can just leave it though, right?
Yeah.
No one cares. Like, TikTok don't care if there's 17 videos, and if 3 of them hit. Someone said to me that if you do like, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos and that one of them gets better engagement, pop that one into Instagram
Yeah.
and see the difference. So
Yeah.
it's interesting on how it will change, and it's consistently changing, right?
Yeah.
Algorithms are changing.
And
how
also
things
like
work.
the copy. So like if we've used it on TikTok, you might have a different font on TikTok. So then thinking
That's
about
interesting.
if you are repurposing that elsewhere, okay.
Because back in the day, they would just take the TikTok recording and then
Yeah.
pop it into
Yeah.
Instagram.
Whereas I'm kind of like, oh, please do it in app and like make sure you've got different music and have you got subtitles, captions?
Yeah.
What do you need?
And where the captions are placed. And
Yeah.
Right, wrong air. That's the killer, isn't it?
Yeah.
We use Opus Clip when we do these clips, and the thing I love about that is that when you drag stuff around, it does the lines.
Oh, that's
So it tells you not where to not put your whatever text and stuff, because you worry you stick it somewhere and all of a sudden it's got the wording is in the wrong place. So I do like that. I do like that. It's so interesting how things are working. Talking about technology. What's the thought process on AI and AI helping and assisting?
I think AI is good, and I think it's brilliant for like process and operations and creating automations for things, especially from like marketing perspective, if you can add that in through like Guestwise or however you're going to integrate that in your journey. My worry is you lose authenticity. So from a like content creation perspective, everyone can tell if it's been written by AI.
Yeah.
Also, the imaging isn't quite there yet, especially from a hospitality perspective. People are coming in to build a connection. So I can't see it working super well for hospitality just yet, but I think that will evolve.
I think it's interesting. I think people are building. I mean, obviously, my Instagram is just full of AI, right? I'm in tech, so I'm seeing more and more stuff happening. And with stuff that Claude is doing at the moment, and what it's building, what it's able to do, is people are just building like automations.
Yeah,
it's insane. So I think tone of voice is interesting, but you can imagery wise, if you chat. My kid did a dance, and they took a picture of them outside the theatre, and they forgot to get the thingy. So someone else took a picture of it and sent it to them. And she messaged it to me and said, "Dad, the guys have just put it into ChatGPT free version, and asked it to merge it together, and it just made everyone completely different."
Yeah, and then you have like 4 hands or something, and you're like, "What?"
So she sent it to me and she goes, "What can you do?" So I did stick it into Claude. Actually, Claude just was like, "Okay, well, I can just readjust. I can actually just adjust it and put the thing on top of it." And overlaid it. And it didn't look amazing, but it kept their images. And their face looked the same.
And
they put it on top, and they were like, "That's amazing." So, but it's interesting. Like we've got my 15-year-old. She was like, "I'm thinking about cutting my hair. I'm not sure." So her friends, or Snapchatting her friends, and they've gone onto AI and sent her 17 different pictures of what she could look like with different haircuts.
That's amazing.
So she said, "Dad, my eyes don't look. Are my eyes all that weird? Like one eye's facing that way." But yeah, I think imagery is changing. I think like Higgsfield, for example, which is an insane tool that's doing stuff like taking, you could take a Hollywood character and put it into a movie, into a 30-second clip.
I mean, it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
In terms of like how people are going to use.
You can make movement
content.
from it into individual images. You could take a picture from a hospitality brand and then convert that into a video.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff that's happening at the moment is really interesting. I think that for you, the AI piece is definitely going to help your team work faster.
Yes.
So that's how I see it generally. I think
it's great for process and kind of like building that back of house piece, but it's still having that humanized element to it, because actually people come to hospitality because they want to have an experience. You're not going to get that through an AI automated journey as you come in. Yes, you can have digital touch points, but actually people want to come in and have a conversation.
I'm hoping. So we had Catherine from Gwydion, and one of her questions was, you get into a taxi and you close the door and then you get to your destination and you're 10 years ahead. What's the journey like when you get there? And we were talking about it, and it was like she was like, "I think it'll go back to old school hospitality." I was like, "Yeah, but with the meta glasses, so they know who you are. They know exactly who you are, where you're from, what your likes are, where your table is." And I think it's interesting to see what's going to happen in the future. I think what the dreams of what we all want in hospitality, of like going somewhere and sort of someone knows who you are, that maitre d' thing that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's
It's like a universal sim.
Yeah.
All brands
Right.
understand your
tone of voice,
profile,
you know what you want, you
your
know what you
allergens.
like. Yeah.
Like, think about that from an allergy perspective.
It's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
Be huge. No, but in terms of like going in places for your wife.
Yeah, 100%. You sit down and then you give it. Your menu will just be adjusted to what you can have.
Yeah.
And then the chef's got the knife out. But no, I think it's very interesting. I think the AI piece is
it's exciting.
Yeah, I think it can definitely. I think that there's interesting things that. What of your brands? I'm assuming you've spoken to brands about it. Like what they said.
Not many of them are using it. Some of them use it for copy or creating sort of strategy pieces, but actually don't. I think it depends on how well you're prompting it and which version.
Not everyone's there yet, are they?
No.
They're still a bit like they'll put something in and then they won't get what they want out of it.
Yeah.
So my wife uses it and she has ADHD and I met about 6 months ago. And so she's now trained ChatGPT specifically because AI generally is designed, especially ChatGPT is designed, I'm not going too technical, but it's designed to always give you an answer. So if it can give you, if it doesn't know, 75% of the time it will know the answer. The 25% it will hallucinate. That's what they call hallucination, right? So you ask it to ask a question and it won't know the answer, but it can't say no to you because there's bad sales. So we'll just fake it.
That's interesting.
So she's actually trained it not to fake it and to always give an answer. And if you just and then when the answer comes in, where the sources are from.
Okay,
it's really very interesting on how.
I went to a event the other day, and it was women in tech, and it was all about how more men are using AI. So actually, it's automatically biased to be more male in its response. So actually, more women need to be using it.
I think that's very well. Yeah,
it create unbiased answers. So actually, as women, we need to be using it.
I agree. My mum's just started. I just got my mum on it, so she's just started. So yeah, but I think it's really interesting. I think I'm hoping that it will help people get on their journey better. Helping potentially write better copy, or at least help the hospitality brands do something rather than nothing.
Yeah. Or help speed them up because they've got super limited time resource. So it's like, okay, help me make a plan for this. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go to this.
So talk about where you are. With Kitch, where do you sit?
Yeah. Where do you sit in that? Where do you all then, they've got like, I don't know, the cousin doing it, whether it might be on a couple of brands, or is it when you hit to a certain size, like 5, because not everyone's got budget to do community management anyway.
Yeah. Also, we'll do something different for everyone. So like some brands will just do community management. Some brands will do strategies. Some will do paid. So we'll sort of go on the journey with that team. I would say it's very much small, like brands with a profile, they're established. They maybe have like 2 or 3 in the marketing team.
Yeah.
But they don't have a dedicated
resource person.
So actually, like Ola and Steen, they had 9 sites when we started with them, and we took them to 26. So we had like a new opening strategy for each of those sites. So they needed a bit more structure and someone else managing that. So I think it's at that point where you go, okay, we're like 5+ sites. We managed it on the journey with a bit. And are we using all of our data correctly? Are we doing meta ads? Are we doing TikTok ads? How can we elevate everything on social? Because actually it is really time consuming, and if you don't have a team doing it.
And then with the resource, I spoke to, we had Rosie from Rora in, and she was like, I went to a dinner the other day, and she goes, big groups, like small groups, but like 10+. So 2 people in running a week, or client where there's 1 or 2 running the group.
Yeah.
And then she was like, if you go into the finance team and tell the finance team there's only going to be 2 of you and the 8 of you have got to go, bye-bye. Yeah, it's going to be outroar. And I think that the nice thing that's happening now, obviously brands like you, but the fractional thing as well, it's probably helping you to be there, because people are coming in going, I don't know who can do this, and then plugging in the right people. I think the fractional thing is happening, and a lot more. I mean, there's loads now, right? Which is great.
Yeah,
and there wasn't before. So now people can just dip in, dip out, do their projects, Do you find that you've had more feeds of people coming in to you going, I've got something coming up, this is going to be interesting?
Yes. Or how would you go about doing this? Could I get your advice?
Yeah.
So it might be that I go and consult and sort of say, okay, you are missing something here. Who's going to do that part of the work? Or how's that going to feed into the rest of the team? Because actually, if you're in the day-to-day and you haven't got the headspace, it's really hard to get to that point.
Especially if you're fixed on that specialist, right?
Yeah.
So rather than someone just the generalist, they'll pull in the right people.
Yeah.
Do you think it's happened when you get more consulting at the moment?
Not loads. I think we've probably got quite a few brands coming through that have been around for a while and then maybe haven't been thinking social first, and they're going, okay, we really need to up our game because actually everyone's here to play now and
It is
we
so
want to show up.
When you talk about TikTok ads versus Meta, but they're two so different platforms.
Yeah.
What outperforms?
Always UGC. So like that kind of.
I've seen something. It's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it's cool. But even for like premium brands like Gusborne, we do all of their paid social. That works really well. That kind of.
So the UGC and then pay social on the UGC.
Yeah. So we will always. We do testing, but that UGC feel content will always perform better on ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pre-made stuff is not for
No. I went to an event earlier and someone was saying they think it's going to be more polished coming through. And I was like, I just can't see it.
No, because people will just swipe through it.
Yeah.
You want to.
Also, we test it all the time because we'll have brands say, oh, we've got this lovely video. And I'm like, you're not going to get any return on that. But we can put it in and try it. And then we're like, okay, yeah, that one's done 0 sales. This one's done 50.
Yeah.
So I'll switch that one off. But it's also just learning what's right for you.
Well, I know everything's changing, this, isn't it? I think that's the challenge. This is really interesting.
Thank you so much for coming. This has been really interesting. And one question before I do the general questions. What do you suggest people do when they start their journey? Obviously, call you, but but like starting their journey. Like, what's the first thing, piece of advice you would give?
I think from a social perspective, think about who your customers are and then find out where they are and then how you need to show up. Like, think about that first. And also think about TikTok first strategy. So that might look very different to how you show up on your website or in person, but actually there, how can you sort of create really super cool, compelling campaigns that engage with your community?
And do you think they should start with putting that on first and then later on looking at looking at ad spend to it?
Yeah, definitely go organic first.
Yeah.
Build up your rapport, engagement, following, and then kind of plug in the page.
And on that, when people are commenting, do you think a really important piece is consistently responding?
Yeah, always. Yeah. Respond to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that people forget about. They start posting, and they don't look at all the comments.
Oh, yeah. And also that's a huge opportunity. Also, you might see an opportunity to then say, oh, that's a really good idea. Should we do this?
Yeah.
Pull that comment out into a video.
And then do
Who
it for
wants
nice.
this? So then you're actually getting customer feedback
I love that.
to drive your marketing journey.
Yeah, because people are talking about it.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to tell Paolo.
Yeah, tell Paolo.
Yeah, he'll. I love that. Because I don't think he's gone through his comments. He's just so busy
We
cooking and
need to get
filming.
Paolo there.
Yeah, I need to get Paolo there. We need to go after him.
Let's get some classics on the menu.
Yeah, well, actually, you're right. He can do it. What would you put on the menu?
Yeah.
Because he wants to change his menu.
Mozzarella and carosa.
Yeah, I mean...
Delicious. I'm hungry now.
Me too. All right, so another round of applause for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Final questions.
Yes.
Best restaurant.
Best restaurant. I love Brother Marcus at the moment.
Me too.
It's kind of my go-to.
So
really good. I had breakfast there this morning. Also love lunch or dinner. It's just a good day, all-day experience.
Their ethos is insane.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what, however they train their people and then they do it, it's just, it's insane. And I went to a colleague of mine, he left the country, he's just come back, he went to Australia, came back for a bit, and I met him, been a client for years, and I was like, I'll take you out for lunch, and he's like, where are you going to be? I said, I'm going to be in like Borough Market, I'll meet you there, fine. I'm walking off to Hawksmoor, and he's like, oh, I'm not sure I can have here. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you can have everything. He goes, no, I'm a vegetarian now. And I was like, oh.
Changes.
Okay. So I turned around and I just went straight to Brother Marcus.
Yeah.
And I said, you're hungry? He goes, I'm starving. I said, we'll do the Trust Marcus on the vegetarian side.
Amazing. So good.
It was insane.
Also, I don't eat meat either, but as a vegetarian, it's just like taste sensation.
The food was
and the flatbread.
yeah. But even everything though,
everything.
Like I won't go into it, but I like what they've done as a brand.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a chain, like not really a chain, but it doesn't feel like a group. They all feel it feels independent, and yeah, I think definitely.
I'm enjoying them.
Me too. Best burger.
So I'm veggie. But I'd probably say Honest Burger.
Yeah,
I feel like they do a good veggie burger.
I agree.
Yeah.
They do. Best hotel?
Have you heard of the Palazzi collection?
No.
So it's owned by this mother and 3 daughters, and they've got like these 3 beautiful hotels on the south coast. There's one in Kent called the Star, that's in Alfriston, and then they've got a couple down in sort of like Cornwall way, but they're just really lovely done, like super curated. They're Italian, so like
Love that.
the wine's all Italian. Like it's just really lovely. Everything is
Always linked to Italy.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I have to get the links for you. Okay, 2 questions for the next guest.
Oh yeah. Hang on, I can't remember what I said. All my questions. This was the only bit I couldn't remember. What's your favourite food memory?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So I'd like
That's
to
a
know
good one.
that. And if you could open any concept, what would it be?
Oh, what would it be for you? I sometimes I like to 360 it.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'm sending it
Yeah,
to
my
you.
brain's going actually there's so much.
So
But
I would love like an all-day sort of healthy bar set up where you've got all the beautiful salads that are made. They're fresh each day, lovely coffee, like juice, everything. Super cool co-working space.
I was about to say,
Little
I can imagine.
gym.
Yeah, you wanted like an
Yeah.
where you could work basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had Catherine in, and she said she's doing an office at the moment, and she said that the office is being turned into not just it's like an office, but they're turning it into like a hospitality space.
Yeah.
So you've got like the quiet room, you've got the salad bar, you've got the coffee shop, but it's their office.
Yeah.
And you've got all this stuff, and they're basically building. They're building it like it's a hospitality venue.
Yes.
To keep it, but it has.
And you can have all your meetings there, everything.
She's building it at the moment.
It's like a cool little flow.
Is that your next office?
Yeah.
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 Have your hospitality brand downstairs. And you have you have your little TikTok shops.
That's
you can
the
hire them
vision.
out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can have like TikTok studios. Yeah.
To get investment. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
I think we'll go for it. Let's do it.
Okay, I think that's great. Thank you so much. I'm going to give another round of applause. Give everyone a wave goodbye.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.